Today, let's put some tweeters in and mount our subwoofer amplifier. So for these, I've pre-wired. I put the head unit in, pre-wired some wires coming up here. Eventually, I'm gonna have to get a windshield put in this thing, but for the meantime, I don't think I'm gonna drill into this. Once I go to the windshield place, I think I'm actually gonna ask them if I can just take 30 seconds, make 2 holes, and then flush mount them down in each corner. Anyways, let's open these up. Let's prep this for soldering and get these tweeters all hooked up. So removing all the plastic and stuff. So it looks like these do have the crossovers built inline, which is really nice. And then you have your quick disconnect leads at each one of these, which will make it significantly easier to mount these flush into the dash after I drill holes. They do also come with the rear mounting brackets, which is cool. So these, you bolt one behind the tweeter and then it adds pressure against the surface that these are mounted in. Kind of cool. So I'm gonna get these ready and give them a quick sound check. So I don't have power out here, unfortunately, so I'm using a car battery and an inverter that I don't have wired up yet to power my soldering iron. So I'm gonna give that a minute to warm up as I prep the other side, do these 2 quick solders, tape them up, and tuck away the wiring. Driver's side was an absolutely atrocious solder job. Felt like for some reason my soldering iron's just not getting warm enough today, but I will try to show you guys my attempt of the passenger side. Ouch. Passenger side one, I kind of just tucked it in just temporarily and just flopped it right there. I'm gonna do the same with the driver's side until I get the windshield out and drill into the dash. So I'm only doing that because of this pretty crazy crack, and yeah, that looks like it's about to go. Found a place that'll do a windshield for 170 bucks in Detroit, and I plan on doing that probably in the next 2-ish weeks. Perfect spot to mount the amplifier is going to be behind the seat. I'm going to zip 2 quick drill holes through there, and then I'm going to affix the amp to the back. I mean, she's not moving, so take that as a win. Here's one of our fuse boxes. I was thinking about taking a tap from there, but then figure that's probably not the best way to do it. For the positive is this thing's probably gonna pull quite a few amps. My next best thought was to take one of these negatives or just drill another screw and strap this one in that way. I figured at least I'm already in it this deep. The only way to really do these spark plugs is to remove one of the seats. So I'm gonna pull the center, there you guys go. I'm gonna pull the center console area thing and get cracking on those as well. See if this thing is hot. A little warm, but not bad. Yeah, some of these plug wires are absolutely adhered to these spark plugs. But man, I tell you, it would be so easy to put a manual transmission in this thing. Like, way too easy. Like, almost to the point where like I'd be stupid not to. But again, it is the V6. If it was like the 4.8 or the 5.3, I'd probably grab an old S10 with the manual and do that swap. So let me get a screwdriver and start getting these plugs out of here. So much of the material around the base of the spark plugs has rusted away, and I finally got a socket that would fit. So let's see how this works. Dang, that's in there. I just want to slice myself on this sharp metal. Yeah, these are definitely original. 100%. Wow, those are, I mean, that's ridiculous. Somehow there's still some electrode on there. But these threads don't look great. They are not AC Delcos or Autolite Platinum, so someone definitely got in there before and did change these. But yeah, here's your new versus your old. So if you look at the gaps, definitely clapped out. That one also looks cooked. That took way longer than it should have. So I'm going to throw a photo of those old plugs right here. Look how those things basically have no electrode left. I've never seen spark plugs this bad, and I hope to never see spark plugs this bad. Doing this plugs on this thing were definitely one of the larger challenges, as a lot of them were rusted in, and the base of the spark plug where you put your tool around was also rusted, and they were all various sizes due to the corrosion. But let's see if all that effort was a success or not. So the new wires are in, new plugs are in. I'm not gonna put this thing in yet, but let's see if it fires up. So I'm going to reset the driving average. So I've been getting about 18, I don't know if you guys can see it, 18.7, mostly city. So I'm gonna reset that and see what happens after these new plugs. So after listening a little bit further, what I thought was transmission wine, I actually think it might be my alternator and or pulley for the accessory belt. So I think tomorrow, the next few days, I'm gonna go to a junkyard and I'm gonna try to grab a new alternator or a new used and see if that solves the issue. Because what I thought was coming from back here, the transmission was actually quiet and it's all up front. So that is good news. So with the plugs done, I am going to now address that ground and the power for that amp. Also going to go grab a junkyard alternator. Hopefully that'll fix the whine issue. Otherwise it could be a power steering pump, but I don't know. Riding dirty, trying to get the BMW to my parents' house. I'm just gonna store it there and hopefully bleed that master cylinder a little bit better until it sells. So let's see if this thing can make it all the way. Hasn't been driven in a while. Everything seems to be okay-ish. Just able to get it back into first, from second. And let's see how she goes. I mean, that wasn't bad. Well, hopefully this will make it.